We're in San Antonio and we're at Distributech, and I'm talking to Jason Lean from Schneider Electric. And Jason, one of the things at this show is you're talking about a changing relationship of electrical suppliers, utilities with their end users. How does Schneider fit into that picture, and how do you get beyond just the traditional electrical infrastructure?
Sure. So Schneider Electric, one of the biggest value propositions we have is this control center to customer concept. And so where Weiser really comes in is on the customer side of that. So going beyond the meter and bringing the utility relationship into the home and the products that are in the home. So we offer things like smart thermostats, plug load control, and beautiful mobile and web interfaces where the utility can actually drive their customers' engagement with their systems through this. So we can help them actually get customers to want to participate in demand response pricing initiatives that these utilities have.
So the what's in it for me from the customer's end is the ability not just to be greener and more responsible, but there are also some benefits that the utilities usually bring as far as rates go.
That's right. So one of the things that can happen is some utilities will maybe give them a thermostat. And so what the user benefits from that, from getting the thermostat, is having the ability to be at work and turn their thermostat up or down to save money, to schedule it via their iPhone or via their web portal or anything like that. So they're getting a little bit extra value proposition there, besides just the utility coming in and saying, hey, at a peak time we want to move your thermostat back. The homeowner actually has some value in having that thermostat beyond that initiative.
So ideally you want the customer dialing back the thermostat at that time and to be aware enough of it to do that of their own volition, rather than having the utility come in and say, okay, the peak demand is up, we got to turn your air conditioning off.
That's right. And so one of the big challenges has always been is that the utilities struggle with getting the messaging across to their customers. How do customers don't understand what demand response is? And actually demand response is a really bad term that people just don't get, and they don't know what it means. And so the thought of having a utility controlling their thermostat can be a little bit scary, right? And so one of the things that Weiser does is it makes it actually exciting for them. We can bring the messaging to them right there on the thermostat interface. It gives them something of value to them, something that they want, not just something that they need, which is power.
Jason, how does Weiser help engage with the utilities in a way that helps the utility and then engage with the end user, the individual residents?
Sure. So one of the things that Weiser is working really hard to do is provide a turnkey solution to the utility. So we can do everything from customer marketing, which is helping utilities get the customers actually on board with the demand response and pricing programs, to installation services where we'll actually help them come out, install the hardware that goes beyond the meter in the home, the things we've already talked about like thermostats, plug load control, et cetera. And then we can also help them with the utility-facing software to actually issue the demand response, forecast when events should happen, initiate pricing programs with the customer, and also provide the customer solutions where they can access their in-home devices via mobile, web, and all of those kinds of things, and do it all in a very cost-effective manner for the utility and for the end user.
So what does the customer actually see? I mean, what does the product itself look like, and how do they interact with it?
So a couple of key things. So the current project for the Weiser Air thermostat is creating a beautiful, engaging thermostat, both on the wall and then in your hand via a mobile interface. So on the wall, some of the things that we can do with it is have the screen change color, for instance, when a demand response event is in progress, have a message sent down that's very user-friendly, very informative, that gives the customer the opportunity to opt in or opt out of a utility event right there on their thermostat, or actually right there on their mobile phone. And so within the mobile phone, the utility has the ability to customize the way this is presented to a customer, so they can fully engage them, present them as much information as they want up front on what their program is going to do, and then over time scale that back and learn that a customer always opts in or a customer always opts out, and they can make sure that that they're engaging the right audience, right? So that they're not wasting money by having a customer who actually doesn't ever participate, giving them rebates or something like that. For the customer's perspective, one of the things they get is something that's beautiful. They get alerting, they get messaging, they get to actually understand what a demand response event is going to do within their home and for how long, and maybe even why it's happening.
All right, thank you, Jason.
Thank you.